Hello, welcome back to the channel. Before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have a goal. If you didn't watch my 2023 resolutions video, I really just want to get to 500 subscribers. If I could just get like a little milestone, it would really tickle me. So you should subscribe. It's going to be a very eventful year, moving obviously being one major goal we have. So fingers crossed something works out this year. But if you watched the last video, I went on a huge rant and rave about my dream home and all of this good stuff. So if you're interested in updates, stick around and let's get started with today's video. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot. All right, as you can see, we have the monitor, a mountain pile of clothing. I am just in a very much so let's get rid of some shit phase. Like, I'm just in the mood to clear it out. I'm over it. Just too much stuff. It's way too much stuff. It's embarrassing. Like, I've done a clean out like this a handful of times in the past few years, and still somehow I have all of this stuff. Granted, this is a big closet, so it can house a lot of stuff. Drawers, and you turn around, more drawers, more hanger, all the shelves, so many hanger racks. I haven't even filled all of them. Like old Halloween costumes, boots, freaking so many unused shelves. At least I can say that. Don't mind my messy vanity. More shelves, more hangers, more drawers, just all like so much. Don't get me wrong, I would way rather have too much space than not enough space, but it is a problem when you are a person, female, who likes to shop and then you just have like seemingly endless space to put all of your junk. It's just not good. Like, why do I have these? These are from prom. My junior year of high school, prom. Am I ever going to... I'm a mother. You think I'm gonna wear... Where am I wearing these? To the grocery store? To Target? Like, I don't need them. I wore these literally one time to like a Bryson Tiller concert, like literally 6 years ago. Why do I have them? They're cute, but like I'm never going to wear them again, ever. So many clothes that like, quite frankly, just don't fit me anymore. They reflect my personality, my lifestyle, me. They don't reflect me anymore. I have 30 hats. You know how many I wear? 2. I wear 2 hats. Okay, a black one and a gray one. Okay. Why do I have 17,000? And like the thought of like moving all of this into like undoubtedly a smaller closet. There's no way that I'm gonna have a whole closet room in our next house. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna be a thing. So like, I wanna try and get ahead of it and just de-shit a bunch of stuff. Well, first of all, yesterday I got my hair done, so it's just like so fresh and clean and like vibrant again. It was feeling very dull, very washed out. Feels so good to have fresh hair. But yesterday I took Lily, my daughter, over to my mom and sister's, and they watched her for like an hour and a half because I forgot I had my hair appointment, but they watched her so that I could get some things done around the house before my hair appointment. So I tackled the guest room, which is right next to Lily's room. Oh, this is more stuff to donate, all of this. It's right next to Lily's room, so I'll show you, but I have to be quiet. I don't think I got a before shot, but all of the stuff I pulled out of that room is downstairs, and I will show you because it's kind of wild. But this is what happens when you have a baby. Like, you just accumulate stuff, they grow out of stuff, like that's just what happens. So I'm not like a hoarder, but like I kind of am, because obviously I want to keep all this stuff for our next baby. Having babies is very expensive, so why would you not keep it? So I have like her bassinet, my maternity pillow, all of her like small little clothes, which I'm not going to go through because I will be very emotional. But like her old sleep sacks, her little chair, her like swing, the little like 4 different kinds of chairs. I have another like breastfeeding pillow. I bought the Freedom Mom one. It wasn't like super my jam, but like I bought it, so I'm gonna save it. So like obviously I want to keep all this stuff. Actually, the black trash bags and the box are all donations. The black trash bags are Sean's clothes. And then in the box, I'll show you, it's like a bunch of stuff we literally don't use ever, which actually I need to get another trash bag because I already filled one. So I made like 3 different piles of clothes from my closet. One is all of my like maternity, pregnancy stuff. I packed that all up last night. They have like a family storage unit, so we're gonna store all of this. Oh, and like her old car seat, like the newborn car seat, we're gonna store all of this in storage. And then a pile for my mom to take to her work. She works in a therapy center and they're always needing like donations. So I pulled like some sneakers, some slippers, socks, regular t-shirts, leggings, like things that you would think like someone in a therapy center would be wearing. Like not a skimpy sundress kind of a thing, you know? Or like super cropped sweaters. So I just tried to like kind of pull what I thought was more appropriate, I guess. And then all the other stuff is just like, I'll just take to one of those drop boxes. I'm gonna bag all of it and then get the shit downstairs because it's giving me anxiety in my closet. I know I should fold it, but I don't have it in me. Okay, I literally almost already forgot about these bags. I swear most of these clothes are from like so long ago. Especially, I feel like the biggest culprit is when I worked at Marshall's. I would just buy the cheapest, literally the cheapest clothing possible. So I'm trying to be more conservative. I had to read this at my old job. I mean, I didn't actually read it, but we were supposed to. No one read it. Bye! Bunch of old freaking cheap sunglasses, cheap belts, like things I literally never, ever wear. It's giving me a little anxiety knowing that a lot of this stuff is probably gonna sit downstairs for like a couple days because it's Sunday. Gotta go to the storage unit. Like it's just gonna be a little bit of a process. And then all the stuff that we're gonna put in the storage unit needs to be like bagged so it doesn't just get like dusty and gross. So there's just like so much to do. But this is such a good start. One thing I will say is like trying to organize, declutter, all of that fun stuff. You know what happens? Your house is a mess because you have a baby and your laundry gets behind. Your floors get dirty, dishes pile up. Like my house feels dirty, but I'm also like the most decluttered we've been in a long time. So it's like, you just really can't win. You have to really pick your battles. But this is what I did last night. It's all of like my postpartum stuff, all the padsicles and maternity wear. Oh, I need to set this aside actually. Nursing tank tops and perineal foam and maternity pants, breast pads, all the fun stuff. Already feels like a different lifetime. I need to take this back down to add to her car seat actually. I need to organize all of these. That's all of her like Christmas clothes, clothes that are out of season, clothes she's outgrown. Okay, I mean it's a laundry room, but it doesn't look beautiful. We had like a water heater, like a big tank, but we upgraded it like last year I think to a tankless, so it's like endless hot water, which is amazing. It's great, but it leaves like a big empty weird spot, so I had just put like those metal wire shelves, but like the floor looks kind of crazy. The paint is like mixed match. I'm debating just like painting that back wall white. See, these are all things to think about. And we just put like a janky curtain because it was just like a quick fix to just hide like the unfinished look, you know? Not that it looked much cuter with a big hot water tank there, but still, whatever. But I went through and organized, you know, my boxer era, my CD era. We have all of our light bulbs in one spot, and then it's kind of random, but it all makes sense to me. So I organized all of that. Sean's supplements are just a mess. We have like our laundry bags. This is all of the animal stuff, cat food, all of their toys and washes and sprays and antibiotics, just all the random all the random stuff. I cleared out up there just so it doesn't look so crazy for like pictures. And I don't know why, I thought like pictures you take to sell your homes, like you had to like clear everything out, everything has to be perfect. But let me tell you, I've been on Zillow a lot lately, and the pictures people put up of their homes, I'm like, oh, that's what you're going with, okay. So I need to be a little more gentle on our home and on myself, but I do want it to be like as pretty as possible. You want your house to be appealing. I'm excited for that. The garage is still an untapped project, but actually I just remembered 2 Halloweens ago, Sean started a project for a pond. It put off like the best sound. It made for like such a good ambiance with like the water trickling in the back. But Sean had already planned on taking it out, and our realtors were like, yeah, most people look at that as like a chore. And I was like, that is so fair. So he worked on like demoing it. It's a hot mess. But he tore out the pond, and then he's just gonna level this all out, replant a couple things, fill in the dirt hole, obviously, and then it'll just be like one solid, cohesive, nice area. That the lights are so pretty, TV, like it's such a vibe during like the spring and winter months. It's so nice, the little chimenea. It's looking a hot mess. But I'm sure most people know it's gotta look crazy before it looks great. All good progress, going in the right direction. I usually hide this because it's so embarrassing, but I never got to finish painting because I never got a ladder that was tall enough. And if my family's watching this, no one ever brought me a ladder like y'all said you were going to. It's funny because everyone offers their help and they come over and they call it out and they're like, oh, still never finished painting, I see. And I'm like, didn't you say 2 years ago you were gonna bring me a ladder? Like, where's that at? So, shut up. If you can't tell, these are very tall ceilings. And I did my absolute best that I could with an extender. But I still need to finish all of the like upper trim. So apparently this time we're really getting a tall ladder and we're gonna finish painting, which is kind of annoying that it only took us moving to be able to do, but it's fine. We weren't super sure if we were gonna like have to repaint the whole house or what, but our agents were like, if you can just clean up the lines like at the top, it's going to photograph a lot better. Obviously we can show off the tall ceilings because that's like a great bonus, obviously. And then we were debating, should we turn like the closet room, my closet, into the 4th bedroom, because that's what it was originally before my mother-in-law put in that like custom closet. And they were like, actually no, like usually you always want like a 4th bedroom, but they were like, in this case, this could be like a really big seller. And I'll talk about the house update in a minute, but since we're probably not going to get the dream house, we have time to put it up, see what kind of offers we're getting, and if the 4th bedroom is like a big deal, then we can just knock out the clothes and put in a closet, open the door back up to the hallway and close the door off to like the original master closet, Sean's closet. It would be a relatively easy fix if that's like a deal breaker for a family. And then we also have a 3-car garage, but the 3rd one is like drywalled in because it's a cooled, like there's an air conditioning unit that cools the garage. So it's not really meant to like park in, it's more of like a shop, like work hangout area. So they were like, the man can have the 3-car garage, the woman gets the custom closet, like it's a win-win. All good things when it comes to selling the house. They were super optimistic, super happy, gave us some really good numbers and estimates. Let's sit down and talk about the houses we saw, and I'll show you some footage from Friday. If you are not interested in hearing about the pros and cons of these homes, thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one. But if you are interested in seeing some pictures, photos, hearing my opinions on these houses, the dilemma, stick around, let's get into it. All right, I already warned you this is going to be like a very chatty portion to the video, but we gotta address the dream house because I was pretty conflicted a little bummed on Friday, and I still am kind of bummed, but I've like come to terms with it because regardless, I'm excited about moving. But okay, let's chat. So the first house that we looked at was my dream home. And I say that with air quotations because it was a little bit of a letdown. The inside of the house, to me, beautiful. Like, if I could pick that house up and move it somewhere else, I totally would. But the neighborhood, the area it was in was kind of dumpy. My whole thing was like, this is where I want to raise Lily. Like, I want to give her the best life. I want her to feel safe. I want to feel safe with her if she wants to go play outside and this and that. And this just wasn't really that. There was like no privacy fencing whatsoever. Everyone's kind of like right up next to each other. Even though it was on an acre, it was like, you know, you're sharing a fence line. It's just like a chain link fence right up next to your neighbor. So I don't love that. Like, we could do privacy fencing for sure. But it doesn't really fix the area. And then I was already so sad before we even got to the house because this house is on a dirt road, which I was like, oh my God, fun. Like, I'm from Missouri. I grew up on dirt roads. Like, this feels like home to me. This road was a hot mess. Like, thank God me and Sean both have large vehicles because if I was in a little car, I would have been pissed. Lily was terrified. She was screaming. I mean, it was literally like where your whole car is like jolting and shaking. Potholes. It had just rained too, which really shows you like the true horrible form of this road. Like, it was a mess. And it was kind of a long road. So that already was like a, oh no, where are we going kind of a thing. But like I said, the house is beautiful. Here are the cons. The road, the curb appeal, no privacy. It's an older home, so we would have to update probably quite a bit. Like, I know any house we get, Sean's gonna want to put like a new AC unit in because that's his livelihood. So like that would need to be updated. He was like, I guarantee you if I crawl up into that attic, it's gonna be a hot mess. And who knows what that house would be like in 10, 15, 20 years when it's now like a 70, 80-year-old home. It had a beautiful red barn. It was smaller than I thought it would be. It was kind of like a half-sized barn, but it had like the fenced in corrals, which was really nice. So obviously the positives are like the inside of the house wouldn't really have to be touched like aesthetically. Like, all of the fixtures were my style. The bathroom, good to go. Nice big closet, big open layout. Sean didn't love that the bedrooms were so small, but the master was a good size, and the other bedrooms are literally for children, so I don't really care that much. But of course, if I had the option, I would want them to have bigger rooms. The pantry was like a whole walk-in pantry. The laundry room was in the pantry room. Like, it just, the whole layout just made sense for me. I thought it was cozy. It felt like a good old country house. Like, it just felt very like homey to me. But it was not a good old country home price tag. It was like a decently high priced home for, especially for what it was, just because of the location primarily. So I left there kind of feeling like let down a little bit, especially because I could see it all over Sean's face where he was like, womp womp. And I think internally I felt that too, but in the moment I was like in denial. I was like, no, it's great. Like, the road, who cares? Like, no privacy, that's fine. Like, we'll make friends. After talking about it and sitting with it and looking back, it's just not, it's not our house. It's the inside. I can pull inspo from it for like our actual dream house, but it's not the house for us, which is a bummer, but it did really motivate me to keep looking. And now that there's not such a high pressure in my brain, because before I was like, we need to sell our house right now so we can buy this house right now. Now that there's not that high pressure, I feel like I can relax a little bit and we can really focus on selling our home first, or like at the moment. So I am glad that there's not this like anxiety about it and like a rush. So I'm looking on the bright side. And if you're wondering why I didn't like record or take pictures or anything of the first house, it's because the homeowners were there and literally all their stuff was there. Like they still very much so lived there, and that just feels super rude and invasive. It would be different if I was just taking it for like my memory. I don't know, it just feels like really weird. I wouldn't love if someone did that to me, so I was just like, not gonna do that. But the second house was completely empty. Owners weren't there. So I did take some pictures and videos. I will show you those. This house, I feel like looking at the videos and hearing what I'm gonna say is gonna make me seem like spoiled, out of touch. Like, I know very well that this is a very nice house and I would be very lucky to live in a house like this. But hear me out. It felt cheap. It looks beautiful. It felt cheap. The floors felt cheap. I didn't love the wall color. The fixtures were so gaudy and extra. Literally every doorknob on a cabinet was gold with silver white rhinestones. Felt very tacky to me. Not my style. That's what I should say. If you love it, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be rude, but just so not my style, especially compared to the first house. Like, ugh, it was just such a bummer. The pantry was small, very underwhelming. Laundry room was tiny. We couldn't even fit our washer and dryer in there, so that was a big bummer. It's a 3-bedroom, which is also a bummer. The other one was a 5-bedroom, so this one was a 3-bedroom. The bedrooms were really good sizes. I liked that they were on the opposite side of the house from the master, so especially as like kids get older, it'd be nice to have some separation so they can, you know, make noise and listen to their music and watch TV at night without like us hearing everything. It wasn't as open either. It felt like the living room felt tiny. The kitchen felt pretty small. The master closet was a freaking joke. This person who lived here before put a dishwasher in the master bathroom because they loved coffee. So they had a coffee bar in their bathroom or in their room, I'm not really sure. And you know, just walking to the kitchen was like too much, so they put it in their bathroom, which just feels so weird to me. And there was also a fire pit in the bathroom, like an electric one. I don't know, it was just so weird. And then they have this tiny closet and this gigantic shower, and then this super gaudy bathtub. It was like a claw-footed bathtub with this like crazy mirror, and it was just weird. I'd say my favorite thing about the house was like the big glass doors that like slide all the way open, so like your whole living room is like open to the outside. But then like you don't even really have a pretty yard. There were no trees. One of the biggest selling points of this house was there's like a little casita out back, and our agent goes and she goes to open the door and the lock, like the key doesn't work with that lock. So she calls the owner slash agent and she's like, hey, like the key doesn't work for the casita. And she's like, oh, we don't want people going in there. We don't want anyone getting hurt. I was like, that's fishy. Like this is a huge selling point to this house, that there's a casita out back with plumbing. So I was like, what are they hiding? And we found out exactly what they were hiding. So they gave us the code to the garage door. So we went in through the garage. It was in shambles. It was not finished. There was no walls. It was just a shell of a building, which you could look at as like a benefit because you don't have to like demo to get it where you want to be, but it's just more money, just more money. So just dollar signs is all I saw when I looked at that whole house, and I was just like, absolutely not. It was right behind a super fast road, so you hear cars all the time. It's right by an air base, so you hear jets all the time. If you would stand in the back porch, our yard would be facing like factory buildings. Like it was not it. Basically, neither of those houses are for us. We're gonna go see a couple more houses after we get ours listed. I don't want to see any more homes until ours is on the market. So that's what this video is about, is decluttering, getting our house listing ready, photo ready. So I hope you enjoyed this video of me just getting our house together, getting it ready. This process of moving Like I said, this is like my first time really buying a house, selling a house, going through that whole journey. Stick with me. We're gonna learn together, or if you're experienced, you can watch me just struggle. It's fine. But let me know, did you like any of these houses? Would the curb appeal / location be a deal breaker for you? Like, I wanna know, do you guys think the second house is like beautiful, stunning, perfect, doesn't need any work, and I'm just like a bougie, spoiled brat? Or are you like, no, I feel you, the gold rhinestone, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm curious to hear anyone's opinions. Let me know in the comments down below. But that's all I have for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting a lot more regularly. That is one of my resolutions this year. If you didn't watch that video, I want to treat this like my job and see what happens. And I really want to get to 500 subscribers, so don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.